human femur. Child. Kikimar's made home here. The queen has got to be nearby. Maybe a hungry witch got lucky.
It's forbidden, I tell you. Forbidden, goddammit. Can't you understand what I say? You scoundrel.
What? By all the gods. Geralt, is that you? Do my eyes deceive me?
Take it away, you boar. Are you deaf?
They said that a we or something must be given to his lordship, otherwise...
Who said? Who? That I supposedly take bribes? I wanna love it, I say. Away with you. Greetings, Geralt.
Greetings, Galdemain.
You haven't been here for a good 2 years, Geralt, eh? We can never stay in one place for long, can you? Where are you coming from? Ah, dog's arse. What's the difference where? Hey, somebody, bring us some beer. Sit down, Geralt, sit down. It's mayhem here because we've the market tomorrow. How are things with you? Tell me.
Later. Come outside first.
By all the gods, Geralt, what is it?
The Kikimora. Is there any reward for it?
Where? From where?
On the dike, not some 4 miles from town, on the swamps. Galdemain. People must have disappeared there. Children.
Well, yes, true enough, but nobody. Who could have guessed? Hey, folks, go home. Get back to work. This isn't the show. Cover it now, Geralt. Flies are guttering. There's no reward. No one suspected that there was something like that lurking in the salt marshes. It's true that several people have disappeared in those parts, but hardly anyone loitered on that dike. And why were you there? Why weren't you taking the main road?
It's hard to make a living on the main roads, Galdemain.
I forgot. And this used to be such a peaceful neighborhood. Even imps only rarely pissed in the woman's milk. And here, right next to us, some sort of felly specter. It's only fitting that I thank you, because as for paying you, I can't. I haven't the funds.
That's a shame. I could do with a small sum to get for the winter. I'm making my way to Ispaden, but I don't know if I'll get there before the snow bugs the way. I might get stuck in one of the little towns on the Hutonski road.
Do you plan to stay long in Blaviken?
No, I've no time to waste. Winter's coming.
Where are you going to stay? With me, perhaps? There's an empty room in the attic. Why get fleeced by the innkeepers, those thieves? We'll have a chat and you can tell me what's happening in the big, wide world.
Willingly, but what will Libusha have to say about it? It was quite obvious last time that she's not very keen on me.
Women don't have a say in my house, but just between us. Don't do what you did during supper last time in front of her again.
You mean when I threw my fork at that rat?
No, I mean when you hid it. Even in the dark.
I thought it would be amusing.
It was, but don't do it in front of Libusha. And listen, this, what's it called? Kikimora. Do you need it for anything?
What would I want it for? You can have them throw it in the cesspool if there's no reward for it.
That's not a bad idea. Hey, Karolka, Borg, Carry Pebble. Any of you there? Carry Pebble, get somebody to help you and take the donkey with that muck wrapped up in the horse blanket. Lead it past the pigsties and chuck the Kikimora in the cesspool. Understood?
At your command. But, Alderman, sir,
What?
maybe before we drown that hideous thing,
Well,
we could show it to Master Irian. It might be useful to him.
you're not stupid, Carry Pebble. Listen, Geralt. Maybe our local wizard will spare you something for that carcass. The fishermen bring him the oldest of fish, octopedes, clabetters, or herons. Many have made some money on them. Come on, let's go to the tower.
You've got yourselves a wizard. Is he here for good, or only passing?
For good, Master Irian. He's been living in Blaviken for a year. A powerful magus, Geralt. You'll see that from his very appearance.
I doubt whether a powerful Magus will pay for a Kikimora. As far as I know, it's not needed for any elixirs. Your Irian will only insult me, no doubt. We witchers and wizards don't exactly love each other.
I've never heard of Master Irian insulting anyone. I can't swear that he'll pay you, but there's no harm in trying. There might be more Kikimoras like that on the marshes and Modden. Let the wizard look at the monster and cast some sort of spell on the marshlands or something, just in case.
Very well, Galdemain. What the heck? We'll risk a meeting with Master Irian. We'll meet by the tower, say, 1 hour.
Right, Carry Pebble. Chase the kids away and bring the flop ears. Where's my hat?
No loitering now.
Oi, Geralt! That's Geralt. I told you about him. You brought in the carcass. Which are you?
I think I remember. Miron, your cart fell into a ravine and got overrun by rot fiends shortly after. You barricaded yourself inside until I came around.
Till you plowing came around. Not for Geralt here, it would have been fucking game over for me. Speaking of games, me and my pal Matthias are playing one bloody game. Goes by the name Gwent. Do you know it?
No, first time hearing about it.
It's quite a novelty. We stumbled upon it recently on a voyage to Novigrad. We're turning into little fucking addicts here. Wanna sit and give it a shot? In a few years, Geralt, you're to hear all what you have seen on the path.
I have some business to tend to, but I'll come back to you later, if I can.
You can. We're going to be playing here the whole bloody day, probably. Tomorrow's the market day, and then I can't wait to leave this hole. Finally.
So long. Have fun.
Take care, Geralt.
Shut off! Ah, my side.
Oi, 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 folks, make some space. Hereby, Master Geralt, Witcher from Rivia, who saved many lives by striking down the keep. Keep.
Kikimora.
Damn right. Now, Master, would you like to demonstrate your strength again? This time against our lads. We compete for coin.
Thanks for the offer. Got no time to brawl just now. Might check up on here later. So long.
Look, that's him. Master Geralt, commendable work. That Kikimara you slew. The whole town bows down before your courage and grace.
Thank you. If only the town was willing to pay something for the work too.
Master. We've been loosely following your trail since you left Rogavan. Hear us out.
Huh?
You see, as much as we admire your mastery, forgive us, we do not believe that you, Witchers, without those elixirs and sorcerers' tricks, are any better suited to strike down such abominable beasts. than any other man created by the gods.
Believe what you want. Just do not follow me around, please.
We hereby challenge you to a chivalrous duel. No sorcery, merely pure swordsmanship. What do you say, master?
Did you try to take on a drowner at least? Why don't you prove it all by putting down some beasts yourselves?
Great thing that you mention. We are just about to set on a cleansing voyage across the region, with the blessing of the church and the aid of our compatriots, of course.
You witchers will soon hear of the church's holy achievements, no doubt.
No, what a farce. Prove it to the world by slaying down some kikimoras, wyverns, basilisks. You boys have a good day.
A dead friend, Witcher.
No, just have a short while to see some more of the town before I go. You?
Me? I love being around her, reflecting about her in all sorts of forms. I can't help myself.
Her?
She's perhaps the most beautiful thing about this life. Once you truly know death, she makes it all seem worth it.
She also has that power. True.
They're all going to croak, buried with all their lies, petty achievements, and smug beliefs. It's hard to be angry at the Guldston for this spectacle, don't you think?
I mostly enjoyed the spectacle so far.
You, Rivian a Witcher, dance with her all the time. For a few crowns, a spit, and a bad word. Did I deserve it?
You do seem to know a lot about me, yeah? Care to tell me a bit about yourself?
We will get to know each other soon enough. Destiny started screaming. Do you believe in destiny? Witcher, doesn't matter. See you, Geralt.
He's renovated it, I see. With spells, or did he have you working at it?
Spells, chiefly.
What's he like, this Irian?
Decent. He helps people. What? He's a recluse. Doesn't say much. He rarely leaves the tower. Alderman Caldemain greets you with a case for Master Irian. With him greets you Witcher Geralt, with respect to the same case.
Master Irian is not receiving. Leave, my good people. Master Irian is not receiving. Go, my good.
I'm not a good person. I'm a witcher. That thing on the cart is a Kikimora, and I killed it not far from town. It is the duty of every resident resort to look after the safety of their neighborhood. Master Irian does not have to honor me with conversation, does not have to receive me, if that is his will. But let him examine the Kikimora and draw his own conclusions. Carry Pebble, unstrap the Kikimora and throw it down by the door.
Geralt, you're going to leave, but I'm going to have to.
Let's go, Caldemain. Carry Pebble, take that finger out of your nose and do as I said.
One moment. By the gods, Geralt, is that really you?
I am losing patience. Yeah, it's really me. So what?
Come up to the door, alone. I'll let you in.
What about the Kikimora?
To hell with it. I want to talk to you, Geralt. Just you. Forgive me, Alderman.
What's it to me, Master Irian? Take care, Geralt. We'll see each other later. Carry Pebble. Into the cesspool with the monster.
Just a moment. Geralt, over here. At last. Greetings, Witcher.
Stregobor. Is that an illusion too?
It is, like everything here. But it is, my friend, a first-class illusion. The flowers smell, you can eat the apples. The bee can sting you, and you can.
Maybe later.
Quite right. What are you doing here, Geralt? Are you still toiling away, killing the last representatives of dying species for money? How much did you get for the Kikimora? Nothing, I guess, or you wouldn't have come here. And to think that there are people who don't believe in destiny. Unless you knew about me. Did you?
No, I didn't. It's the last place I could have expected you. If my memory serves me correctly, you used to live in a similar tower in Kovir. A great deal has changed since then, such as your name. Apparently you're Master Irian now.
That's the name of the man who created this tower. He died about 200 years ago, and I fully right to honor him in some way, since I occupied his abode. Most of the inhabitants live on the sea, and, as you know, my speciality, apart from illusions, is weather. Sometimes I'll calm a storm, sometimes conjure one up. Sometimes drive schools of witting and cut closer to the shores with the westerly wind. I can survive. Notice, I could.
How come I could? Why the change of name?
Destiny has many faces. Mine is beautiful on the outside and hideous on the inside. She has stretched her bloody talons towards me.
You've not changed a bit, Stregobor. You're talking nonsense while making wise and meaningful faces. Can't you speak normally?
I can if that makes you happy. I made it all the way here, hiding and running from a monstrous being that wants to murder me. My escape proved in vain. It found me. In all probability, it's going to try to kill me tomorrow. Or at the latest, the day after.
Aha, now I understand.
My facing death doesn't impress you much, does it?
That's the way of the world. Men hang from trees at the roadside. Brigands slosh merchants' throats at every step in town. You trip over corpses in the gutters. So why should a death threat impress me? And one directed at you at that?
One directed at me at that, and I considered your friend. Counted on your help.
Our last meeting was in the court of King Idi of Kovir. I had come to be paid for killing the amphisbiona which had been terrorizing the neighborhood. You and your compatriot Zavist vied with each other to call me a charlatan, a thoughtless murdering machine. And now you say you're counting on my help. Don't get puffed up like a frog, magician. Tell me what's threatening you. We'll see what can be done.
Have you heard of the curse of the Black Sun?
Except that it was called the mania of Matt Eltibelt after the wizard who started the lark and caused dozens of girls, from good, even noble, families to be murdered or imprisoned in towers. They were supposed to have been possessed by demons, cursed, contaminated by the Black Sun. Because that's what you called the most ordinary eclipse in the world.
Eltibald wasn't mad at all. He deciphered the writing on dog menhirs, on tombstones in the Wasger necropolises, and examined the legends and traditions of Wertots. All of them spoke of the eclipse in no uncertain terms. The Black Sun was to announce the imminent return of Lilith, still honored in the East under the name of Nia, and the extermination of the human race. Lilith's spout was to be prepared by 60 women wearing gold crowns, who would fill the river valleys with blood.
Nonsense. And what's more, it doesn't rhyme. All decent predictions rhyme. Everyone knows what Eltibald and the Council of Wizards had in mind at the time. You took advantage of a madman's ravings to strengthen your own authority, to break up alliances, ruin marriage allegiances, stir up dynasties.
You can have your reservations about Eltibald's theories, about how the predictions were interpreted, but you can't challenge the fact that there have been horrendous mutations among girls born just after the eclipse. I was present when they did an autopsy on one of them. Geralt, what we found inside a skull and marrow could not be described. Some sort of red sponge. The internal organs were all mixed up. Some were missing completely. Everything was covered in moving cilia, bluish-pink shreds. The heart was 6-chambered, with 2 chambers practically atrophied. What do you say to that?
I've seen people with eagle's talons instead of horns, people with the wolf's fangs, people with additional joints, additional organs, and additional senses, all of which were the effects of your messing about with magic.
One can have wolf's fangs and go no further than bearing them at the trollops in taverns, or one can have a wolf's nature too, and attack children. And that's just how it was with the girls who were born after the eclipse. Their outright insane tendency to cruelty, aggression, sudden bursts of anger, and an unbridled temperament were noted. A higher magic was used, ours and that of the priests, in various temples. All attempts ended in the girls' deaths.
That speaks badly of you, not the girls. So we now got the first corpses. I take it the only autopsies were done on them?
No, don't look at me like that. You know very well that there were more corpses too. It was initially decided to eliminate all of them. We got rid of a few. Autopsies were done on all of them. One of them was even vivisectioned.
And you sons of bitches have the nerve to criticize witchers. Well, Stregobor, the day will come when people will learn and get the better of you.
I don't think a day like that will come soon. Don't forget that we were acting in the people's defense. The mutant girls would have drowned entire countries in blood.
Surely you're not going to tell me that in your hunt for these so-called mutants, you haven't once made a mistake.
All right, I'll be honest, although for my own sake I shouldn't. We did make a mistake. More than one. Picking them out was extremely difficult, and that's why we stopped getting rid of them and started isolating them instead.
You and your famous towers.
Our towers, but that was another mistake. We underestimated them. Many escaped. In some mad fashion to free imprisoned beauties took hold of princes, especially the younger ones who didn't have much to do and still less to lose. Most of them, fortunately, twisted their necks.
As far as I know, those imprisoned in the towers died quickly. It has been said that you must have helped them somewhat.
That's a lie, but it's true that they quickly fell into apathy, refused to eat. What is interesting is that shortly before they died, they showed signs of the gift of clairvoyance. Further proof of mutation?
Your are becoming convinced. Do you have any more?
I do. Sylvena, the Lady of Narok, whom we never managed to get close to because she gained power so quickly. Terrible things are happening in Narok now. Fialka, Evermir's daughter, escaped her tower using a homemade rope and is now terrorizing North Velahad. Bernica of Talgar was freed by an idiot prince. Now he's sitting in a dungeon, blinded, and the most common feature of the Talgar landscape is a set of gallows. There are other examples too.
Of course there are. In Yamarlock, for instance, old man Abrad reigns. He's got scrofula, not a single tooth in his head, was probably born some 100 years before this eclipse, and can't fall asleep unless someone's being tortured to death in his presence. Ostregawar, it'll be great if the cruelty of rulers could be explained away by mutations or curses.
Listen, Geralt.
No, you won't win me over with your reasons nor convince me that Altibat wasn't a murdering madman. So let's get back to the monster threatening you. You'd better understand that after the introductions you've given me, I don't like the story, but I'll hear you out.
Without interrupting with spiteful comments.
That I can't promise.
Oh well, then it will only take longer. Well, the story begins in Craydon, a smaller principality in the north. The wife of Fredekald, the Prince of Craydon, was Aridea, a wise, educated woman. She had many exceptional adepts of the magical arts in her family, and through inheritance, no doubt, she came into possession of a rare and powerful artifact. One of Nihelania's mirrors. They are chiefly used by prophets and oracles because they predict the future accurately, albeit intricately. Aridea quite often turned to the mirror.
With the usual question, I take it, who's the fairest of them all? I know, all Nihelania's mirrors are either polite or broken.
You're wrong. Aridale was more interested in her country's fate, and the mirror answered her questions by predicting a horrible death for her, and for a great number of others by the hands or fault of Fredefalk's daughter. Aridale ensured this news reached the council, and the council sent me to Craydon. I don't have to add that Fredefalk's firstborn Dolfer was born shortly after the eclipse. I was quite discreet for a little while. She managed to torture a canary and 2 puppies during that time, and also gouged out the servant's eye with the handle of a comb. I carried out a few tests using curses, and most of them confirmed that the little one was a mutant. Aridea, as I said, wasn't stupid.
Of course, and no doubt she wasn't head over heels in love with her stepdaughter. She preferred her own children to inherit the throne. I can guess what followed. How come nobody throttled her? And you too, while they were at it.
I wanted to isolate her, but Aridea decided otherwise. She sent the little one out into the forest with a hired thug, a trapper. We found him later in the undergrowth, without any trousers, so it wasn't hard to recreate the turn of events. She had dug a brooch pin into his brain, for his ear. No doubt while his attention was on entirely different matters.
If you think I feel sorry for him, then you're wrong.
We organized a manhunt, but all traces of the little one had disappeared. I had to leave Craydon in a hurry. Then, 4 years later, I received news from Aridea. She had tracked down the little one, who was living in Mahakam with 7 gnomes, whom she managed to convince it was more profitable to rob merchants on the roads than to pollute their lungs with dust from the mines. She was known as Shrike because she liked to impale the people she caught on a sharp pole while they were still alive. Several times Aridea hired assassins, but none of them returned. Well, then it became hard to find anyone to try. Shrike had already become quite famous. She had learned to use a sword so well there was hardly a man who could defy her. I was summoned and arrived in Creighton secretly, only to learn that someone had poisoned Eridea. It was generally believed that it was the work of Fredefalk, who had found himself a younger, more robust mistress, but I think it was Renfrey.
Renfrey?
That's what she was called. I said she had poisoned Eridea. Shortly afterwards, Prince Fredefalk died in a strange hunting accident, and Eridea's eldest son disappeared without a word. That must have been the little one's doing, too. I say little, but she was 17 by then. She was pretty well developed. Meanwhile, she and her gnomes had become the terror of the whole of Mahakam, until one day they argued about something, I don't know what, sharing out the loot or whose turn it was to spend the night with her. Anyway, they slaughtered each other with knives. Only Shrike survived. Only her. I was nearby at the time. We met face to face. She recognized me in a flash and knew the part I'd played in Creighton. I tell you, Geralt, I had barely managed to utter a curse, and my hands were shaking like anything. When that wildcat flew at me with a sword, I turned her into a neat slab of mountain crystal, 6 ells by 9. When she fell into a lethargy, I threw the slab into the gnome's mine and brawled with tunnels down on it.
Shabby work. That spell could have been reversed. Couldn't you have burned her to cinders? You know, so many nice spells after all.
No, it's not my speciality, but you're right. I didn't make a hash of it. Some idiot prince found her, spent a fortune on a counter curse, reversed the spell, and triumphantly took her home to some out-of-the-way kingdom in the east. His father, an old brigand, proved to have more sense. He gave his son a hiding and questioned Shrike about her treasures, which she and the gnomes had seized and which she had hidden. His mistake was to allow his elder son to assist him when he had her stretched out naked on the executioner's bench. Somehow the following day, that same eldest son, now an orphan bereft of siblings, was ruling the kingdom, and Shrike had taken over the office of first favorite.
Meaning she can't be ugly.
That's a matter of taste. It soon became clear that she hadn't forgotten about me. She tried to assassinate me 3 times in Colvier. I decided not to risk a 4th attempt and to wait her out in Pontar. Again, she found me. This time, I escaped to Angren, but she found me there too. I don't know how she does it. I cover my tricks as well. Must be a feature of her mutation.
What stopped you from casting another spell to turn her into crystal? Scruples?
No, I don't have any of those. She had become resistant to magic.
That's impossible.
It's not. It's enough to have the right artifact or aura. These could also be associated with her mutation, which is progressing. I escaped from Angren and hid here, in Artsy and Blaviken. I've lived in peace for a year, but she struck me down again.
How do you know? Is she already in town?
Yes, I saw her in the Crystal Ball. She's not alone. She's leading a gang, which shows that she's brewing something serious. Geralt, I don't have anywhere else to run. I don't know where I could hide. The fact that you've arrived here exactly at this time can be a coincidence. It's fate.
What's on your mind?
Surely it's obvious. You're going to kill her.
I am not a hired fog, Strugobor.
You're not a fog. Agreed.
I kill monsters for money. Beasts which endanger people. Horrors conjured up by spells and sorceries cast by the likes of you, not people.
She's not human. She's exactly a monster. A mutant. A cursed mutant. You brought a Kikimora here. Shrike's worse than a Kikimora. The Kikimora kills because it's hungry, but Shrike does it for pleasure. Kill her and I'll pay you whatever sum you ask. Within reason, of course.
I've already told you, I consider the story about mutations and Lilith's curse to be nonsense. The girl has her reasons for settling her account with you, and I'm not going to get mixed up in it. Turn to the aldermen, to the town guards. You the town wizard, you're protected by municipal law.
I speed on the law. The alderman and his help. I don't need defense. I need you to kill her. Nobody's going to get into this tower. I'm completely safe here. But what's that to me? I don't intend to spend the rest of my days here. And Shrag's not going to give up while I'm alive. Am I to sit here in this tower and wait for death?
They did. You know, old magician, you should have left the hunt for girls to other, more powerful wizards. You should have foreseen the consequences.
Police. Geralt.
No, Stregobor.
Geralt, when we were listening to Altebald, many of us had doubts, but we decided to accept the lesser evil. Now I ask you to make a similar choice.
Evil is evil, Stregobor. Lesser, greater, middling. It's all the same. Proportions are negotiated. Boundaries blurred. I am not a pious hermit. I haven't done only good in my life. But if I'm to choose between one evil and another, then I prefer not to choose at all. Time for me to go. You'll see each other tomorrow.
Maybe, if you get here in time.
Geralt, no doubt to gossip like some bloody broad. But I've been waiting here for hours. What the hell were you two doing up there? What did the wizard want? It's very rare for him to give so much time to another soul.
You see, Master Irian, or Stregobor, as I know him, has a bit of a history. Galdemain. Tomorrow, someone will try and murder him.
What? On the market day? I hope you jest. Why didn't he say a word?
He should have. You're the hand of law here, not me. A group of cutthroats, led by a peculiar wench, named Serenfree. Apparently she is immune to his magic.
7 hells. I knew it would be better off to wait. Come on, meet me at the Golden Court Inn. We'll start there.
Ah!
Exert your memory, friend.
6 men and a wench, all dressed in black leather, studded with silver in the Novigradian style. I saw them at the turnpike.
Are they staying here overnight?
Here, alderman. They say they've come for the market, but they all carry swords. Even the woman. Dressed as you said, in black.
Well, where are they now? I don't see them here.
In the lesser alcove. They paid in gold.
I'll go in alone. There's no point in making this an official affair. I'll bring her here.
Maybe that's best. But the hands of your sword, Geralt. I don't want any trouble.
I'll be careful.
You are the Rivian Witcher who slew the beast. I thought that guy there was my last for the day, before I drown the bottle and forget everything. But you, for you I will gladly do one more. Ain't every day you get to screw a bloody Witcher.
Word throws faster on Blaviken. The alderman didn't give me a dime. I cannot afford your service, ma'am, even if I wanted to.
Caldemain didn't pay. I will scold him the next time he comes visit. I'll give you a freebie. You deserve it. Come on in. Believe me, I can be worse than that spider.
I really should be somewhere else by now. I'll keep you in mind, though. Take good care.
What do you want?
I want to see Shrike.
Keep calm, Where? Sit down, Nimir. Who you say you want to see, brother? Who's Shrike?
You know very well who I mean.
Who is this again? You know him? No harm.
It's some albino, mutant, a freak of nature. And this sort of thing is allowed to enter pubs among decent people. I've seen him somewhere before.
Doesn't matter where you've seen him, Tavik. Listen here. Cyril insulted you terribly a moment ago. Aren't you going to challenge him? It's such a dull evening.
No, I have nothing to say to you. I want to see Shrike. Renfrey.
Do you hear that voice? He wants to see Renfrey. And may I know why?
No.
I know, but I've seen him now.
Was that your mumbling, Tavik?
In front of the alderman's house. He brought some sort of dragon in to trade. The cross between a spider and a crocodile. People were saying he's a witcher. And what's a witcher, eh? Cyril. A hired magician. Conjurer for a fistful of silver. I told you, a freak of nature. An insult to human and divine laws. They ought to be burned, the likes of him. We don't like magicians. It seems to me, Cyril, that we're going to have more work in this hole than we thought. There's more than one of them here, and everyone knows they stick together. Birds of a feather. To think the likes of you off the earth. Who spawns you freaks?
You ought to learn a bit of tolerance, as I see. Your mother must have wandered off through the forest alone often enough to give you a good reason to wonder where you come from yourself.
Possibly. But at least I knew my mother. You witchers can't say that much about yourselves.
Aha! Well, brother, you can't let an insult like that go by. The thing that you have on your back looks like a sword. So, are you going outside with Cyril? The evening's so boring.
Shitty coward.
What did he say about Cyril's mother? Something extremely nasty, as I understood it. She was an easy lay, or something. Hey, 15. Is it right to listen to some straggler insulting a companion's mother? A mother, you son of a bitch, is sacred. If you got any doubts, then 15 is challenging you to a fistfight. I told you they would carry you out of here. Make room.
Careful. One more step, and you'll be looking for your hand on the floor.
What's going on here, damn it? Can't I leave you boys alone for a minute? Lost your voices.
He's a witcher.
So what?
He wanted to talk to.
So what?
He is a sorcerer.
We don't like sorcerers.
Take it easy, boys. He wants to talk to me, that's no crime. You'll carry on having a good time. And no trouble. Tomorrow's market day. Surely you don't want your pranks to disrupt the market? Such an important event in the life of this pleasant town.
Come on, Renfrey. Important event.
You shut your mouth, Cyril, immediately. Well, white-haired one, let's go into a larger room. Let's join the alderman you came with. He wants to talk to me too, no doubt.
Listen, young lady. I know from this Witcher of Rivia here what brings you to Blaviken.
Maybe. What of it?
Only that there are tribunals to deal with grudges like these. He who wants to revenge a grudge using steel, here in Arksea, is considered a common bandit. And also, that either you get out of Blaviken early in the morning with your black companions, or I throw you into prison. How do you say it, Geralt?
Preventively.
Exactly. Understood, young lady.
Read this, alderman, if you're literate. And don't call me young lady.
To my regents, vassals, and freemen subjects, to all and sundry, I proclaimed in Renfrey, the Princess of Craden, remains within our service and is well seen by us. Whosoever does maltreat her shall incur our wrath. Alduin, King. Maltreat is not spelled like that, but the seal appears authentic.
Because it is authentic, it was affixed by Alduin, your merciful lord. That's why I don't advise you to maltreat me. Irrespective of how you spell it, the consequences for you would be lamentable. You're not honorable alderman, going to put me in prison or call me young lady. I haven't infringed any law for the time being.
If you infringe even by an inch, I'll throw you in the dungeon together with this piece of paper. I swear on all the gods, young lady. Come on, Geralt.
With you, Witcher, I would still like a word.
Don't be late for supper, or Libusha will be furious.
I won't.
I've heard about you. You're Geralt, the white-haired Witcher from Rivia. Is Stregobor your friend?
No,
That makes things easier.
not much. Don't expect me to look on peacefully.
Stregobor dies tomorrow. It would be the lesser evil if he died alone.
If he did, yes. But in fact, before Stregobor dies, several other people will die too. I don't see any other possibility.
Several, Witcher, is putting it mildly.
You need more than words to frighten me, Shrike.
Don't call me Shrike. I don't like it. The point is, I see other possibilities. It'll be worth talking it over, but Libusha is waiting. Is she pretty, this Libusha?
Is that all you have to say to me?
No, but you should go. Libusha's waiting. Not a bad start. Bah. I expected something like this, but I didn't think with both being bad so quickly. Take your hand from my fro, please. It's me. Now there are two possibilities. The first, you get off me and we talk. The second, we stay in this position, in which case I'd like to take my boots off at least. Light the candle. I can't see in the dark, unlike you. And I like to see who I'm talking to. Have you got anything to drink here?
No.
Then it's a good thing I bought something.
It's nearly midnight. Shall we come to the point, Shrike?
My name is Renfrey. Damn it! I will permit you to commit my royal title, but stop calling me Shrike!
Be quiet, for you'll wake the whole house. Am I finally going to learn why you crept in here through the window?
You are slow-witted, Wisher. I want to save Blaviken from slaughter. I crawled over their rooftops like a she-cat in order to talk to you about it. Appreciate it.
I do, except that I don't know what talk can achieve. The situation is clear. Stregobor is in his tower, and you would have to lay siege to it in order to get to him. If you do that, your letter of safe conduct won't help you. Alduin won't defend you if you openly break the law. Aldermen, the guards, all of Blaviken will stand against you.
The whole of Blaviken would regret standing up to me. Did you take a look at my boys? They know their trade, I assure you. Can you imagine what would happen in a fight between them? And those dim-wit guards who keep tripping over their own halberds.
Do you think I would stand by and watch a fight like that? I'm staying at the Alderman's, as you can see. If the need arises, I should stand by his side.
I have no doubt that you will. But you'll probably be alone as the rest will cover in the cellars. No warrior in the world could match 7 swordsmen. So, Whitehair, let's stop threatening each other. As I said, slaughter and bloodshed can be avoided. There are 2 people who can prevent it.
I'm all ears.
One is Stregobor himself. He leaves his tower, voluntarily. I take him to a deserted spot, and Blaviken sinks back into blissful apathy and forgets the whole affair.
Stregobor may seem crazy, but he's not that crazy.
Who knows, Witcher? Who knows? Some arguments can't be denied. Like the Tridem ultimatum. I plan to present it to the sorcerer.
What is it, this ultimatum?
That's my sweet secret.
As you wish, but I doubt you'll be effective. Stregobor's thief chatter when he speaks of you. An ultimatum which would persuade him to voluntarily surrender himself into your beautiful hands would have to be pretty good. So, who's the other person? Let me guess.
I wonder how sharp you are, Whitehair.
It's you, Renfrey. You will reveal a truly princely, what am I saying, royal magnanimity and renounce your revenge. Have I guessed?
Geralt, I used to be a princess. I had everything I could dream of. Servants at my beck and call. Dresses, shoes, dolls. And the doll's house bigger than this room. That was my life until Stregobor and that whore, Aridea, ordered their huntsmen to butcher me in the forest and bring back my heart and liver. Lovely, don't you think?
Oh, I'm pleased you've evaded the huntsman, Renfrey.
Like shit I did. He took pity on me and let me go. After the son of a bitch raped and robbed me. That was the end of the princess. The dress grew torn, the cambric grew grubby. And then there was dirt, hunger, stench, stink, and abuse. Selling myself to any old bump for a bowl of soup or a roof over my head. Do you know what my hair was like? Silk. And it reached a good foot below my hips. I had to cut right at the scalp with sheep shears when I caught lice. It's never grown back properly. I stole rather than starved to death. I killed to avoid being killed myself. I was locked in prisons which stank of urine, never knowing if they would hang me in the morning or just flog me and release me. And through it all, my stepmother and your sorcerer were hard on my heels with their poisons and assassins and spells. And you want me to reveal my magnanimity, to forgive him royally. I'll tear his head off royally first.
Aridea and Stregobor tried to poison you?
With an apple seasoned with nightshade. I was saved by a gnome. And an emetic I thought would turn my insides out. But I survived.
Was that one of the 7 gnomes?
You do know a lot about me, yeah? Do you have something against gnomes? Or humanoids? They were better to me than most people. Not that it's your business. Stregobor and Aridea hunted me like a wild animal as long as I could. Until I became the hunter. Aridea died in her own bed. She was lucky I didn't get to her earlier. I had a special plan for her. And now I've got one for the sorcerer. Do you think he deserves to die?
I'm no judge. I'm a witcher.
You are. I said that there are 2 people who could prevent bloodshed in Blaviken. The second one is you. The sorcerer will let you into the tower. You could kill him.
Renfrey, did you fall from the roof, from to your head, from the way to my room?
Are you a witcher or aren't you, Demet? They say you killed a Kikimora and brought it here on a donkey to get a price for it. Stregobor is worse than the Kikimora. He's just a mindless beast which kills because that's how the gods make it. Brute. Bring him to me on a donkey, and I won't begrudge you any sum you care to mention.
I am not a hired thug, Shrike.
You're not. We're a witcher, the defender of people from evil.
And evil is the steel and fire which will cause devastation here if we fight each other. Don't you think I'm proposing a lesser evil? A better solution? Even for that son of a bitch Stregobor. You can kill him mercifully with one thrust. He'll die without knowing it. And I guarantee him quite the reverse.
Do you know why Stregobor and the king's wife wanted to kill you?
It's obvious. I'm heir to the throne. Harry Dad's children were born out of the wedlock and don't have any right to...
No.
Fine. I'm supposed to be cursed. Contaminated in my mother's womb. I'm supposed to be...
Yes.
A monster.
And are you?
I don't know. I don't know, Geralt. Because how am I to know, damn it? When I get my finger, I bleed. I bleed every month, too. I get bellyache when I overeat, and a hangover when I get drunk. When I'm happy, I sing, and I swear when I'm sad. When I hate someone, I kill them. And when... But enough of this. Your answer, Witcher?
My answer is no.
You remember what I said? There are offers we can't refuse. The consequences are so terrible, and death is one of them. Think it over.
I have thought carefully, and my suggestion was as serious.
Geralt, did Stregobor ask you to kill me?
Yes, he believed it was the lesser evil.
Can I believe you refused him, like you have me?
You can.
Why?
Because I don't believe in a lesser evil.
We don't believe in it, you say. Well, you're right in a way. Only evil and greater evil exist, and beyond them, in the shadows, lurks true evil. True evil, Geralt, is something you can barely imagine. Even if you believe, nothing can still surprise you. And sometimes true evil seizes you by the throat and demands that you choose between it and another, slightly lesser evil.
What's your goal here, Renfrey?
Nothing. I've had a bit to drink and I'm philosophizing. I'm looking for general truths. And I found one. Lesser evils exist, but we can't choose them. Only true evil can force us to such a choice, whether we like it or not.
You're not going to kill Stregobor and Blaviken, because I'm not going to let you. So for the second time, renounce your revenge. Prove to him, to everyone, that you're not a monster. Prove he has done you great harm for his mistake.
And if I tell you, Witcher, that I can neither forgive Stregobor nor renounce my revenge, then I admit that he's right? Is that it? I'll be proving that I'm a monster cursed by the gods? You know, when I was still new to this life, a freeman took me in. He took a fancy to me, even though I found him repellent. So every time he wanted to fuck me, he had to beat me so hard I could barely move. Even the following day. One morning I rose while it was still dark and slashed his throat with a scythe. I wasn't yet as skilled as I'm now, and a knife seemed too small. And as I listened to him gurgle and choke, watched him kicking and flailing, I felt the marks left by his feet and fists fade. And I felt, oh, so great that I left him, whistling, sprightly, feeling so joyful, so happy. It is the same each time. If it wasn't, I would waste time on revenge.
Renfrey, whatever your motives, you're not going to leave here joyful and happy, but you'll leave here alive, early tomorrow morning as the alderman ordered. You're not going to kill Stregobor in Blaviken.
I pity you. You claim a lesser evil doesn't exist. You're standing on a flagstone running with blood. Alone and so very lonely because you can't choose, but you had to. And you'll never know, you'll never be sure if you were right. And your reward, you'll be stoning. And a bad word. Repeat to you.
And you?
I can't choose either.
What are you?
I am what I am.
Where are you?
I'm cold.
Renfrey.
You won me. You win, Witcher. Tomorrow morning, I'll leave Blaviken and never return to visit Wilson Town. Never. Now pass me the wineskin. Geralt?
I'm here.
That bloody roof is steep. I'll prefer to leave at dawn than fall and hurt myself in the dark. For my princess and my body's delicate, I can feel a pee under a mattress. As long as it's not well stuffed with straw, obviously. How about it?
Run free. Is that really befitting of a princess?
What do you know about princesses, dammit? I believe as one, and the joy of it is being able to do what you like. Do I have to tell you straight out what I want? I can't believe you don't find me attractive. Are you afraid you'll meet the free man's sticky fate? Yeah, white hair. I haven't got anything sharp on me. Have a look for yourself. Pull my boots off. A hide boot is the best place to hide a knife.
Daddy, when are we going to the market? To the market! Daddy.
Quiet, Marilko. So, what were you saying, Geralt? They're leaving?
Yes?
I never thought it would end so peacefully. They hit me by the throat with that letter from Aldrin. I put on a brave face, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't do a thing to them.
Even if they openly broke the law? Started a fight?
Even if they did, Alduin's a very touchy king. He sends people to the scaffold on a whim.
I've got a wife, a daughter, and I'm happy with my office. I don't have to worry where the bacon will come from tomorrow. It's good news that they're leaving. But how? And why did it happen?
Daddy, I want to go to the market.
Leave Busha. Take Marilka away. Geralt, I asked Centurion, the Golden Curt's innkeeper, about the Novigradian company. They're quite a gang. Some of them were recognized.
Yes.
The one with the gash across his face is Nohom, Abregard's old adjutant from the so-called Free Ogren Company. You'll have heard of them. That Hauk they call 15 was one of theirs too, and I don't think his nickname comes across from 15 good deeds. The half-elf is Cyril, a brigand and professional murderer. Apparently he had something to do with the massacre at Tridum.
Where?
Tridum. Didn't you hear of it? Everyone was talking about it. 3 years ago. The Baron of Tridum was holding some brigands in the dungeons. Their comrades, one of whom was that half-blood Cyril, seized the river ferry full of pilgrims during the feast of Nice. They demanded the Baron set those others free. The Baron refused, so they began murdering pilgrims, one after another.
By the time the Baron released his prisoners, they'd thrown a dozen pilgrims overboard to drift with the current. And following the deaths, the Baron was in danger of exile, or even of execution. Some blamed him for waiting so long to give in, and others claimed he had committed a great evil in releasing the men and setting a precedent or something.
The gang should have been shot from the banks together with the hostages, or attacked on the boats. He shouldn't have given an inch. At the tribunal, the Baron argued he'd had no choice. He had chosen the lesser evil to save more than 25 people, women and children, on the ferry.
The Tridum ultimatum. Renfrey.
What?
Caldemain. The marketplace.
What?
She's deceived us. They're not leaving. They'll force Stregobor out of his tower, as they forced the Baron of Tridum's hand. Or they'll force me to. They're going to start murdering people at the market. It's a real trap.
By all the gods, where are you going? Sit down.
We have to stop them, right now, before people go to the market. And call the guards. As the gang leaves the inn, seize them and hold them.
Be reasonable. We can't touch a hair of their heads if they've done nothing wrong. They'll defend themselves and there'll be bloodshed. They're professionals. They'll slaughter my people. And it will be my head for it if word gets to Alduin. I'll gather the guards, go to the market and keep an eye on them there.
That won't achieve anything, Caldemain. Renfrey has to be stopped right now, while the marketplace is empty.
It's illegal. I can't permit it. It's only a rumor the half-elf was at Tridum. You could be wrong and Alduin would flay me alive.
We have to take the lesser evil.
Geralt, I forbid it. As Alderman, I forbid it. Leave your sword. Stop!
Looks like a lively day.
The horses are all right. Tawik.
Saddled and ready, but there's still not many of them in the marketplace.
There'll be more.
We should eat.
Waiter.
Dead right. You will have time later. And an appetite. Look, Renfrey was right.
as always. Not one step closer, Witcher.
Where's Renfrey?
At the tower. She's making the sorcerer an offer he can't refuse. But she knew you would come. She left a message for you.
Speak.
I am what I am. Choose. Either me or the lesser. Renfrey also said this would happen, Witcher, and left us something special to give you. Right between the eyes.
Shit.
You've made your choice. Are you sure it's the right one?
This won't be another Tridim.
It wouldn't have been. Stregobor laughed in my face. He said I could butcher Blaviken and the neighboring villages, and he wouldn't believe his tower. And he won't let anyone in, not even you. Why are you looking at me like that? Yes, I deceived you. I will deceive anyone if I have to. Why should you be special?
Get out of here, Renfrey.
No, Geralt.
Renfrey, go. If we cross blades, I won't be able.
I know, but I can't do anything else. I just can't. We are what we are, you and I. It doesn't affect me. Only the sword will.
I shall butcher you!
Don't go. I'm cold.
What a slaughter. I saw it, Geralt. I saw it all in my crystal ball. It's incredible. Shrike's dead. Well, Geralt, fetch a cart, and we'll take her to the tower for an autopsy.
Touch a single hair of her head. Touch her head, and yours will go flying to the flagstones.
Have you gone mad? You're wounded, in shock. An autopsy is the only way we can confirm.
Don't touch her.
All right, as you wish. But you'll never know. You'll never be sure. Never. Do you hear, Witcher?
Be gone.
As you wish. I'm returning to Courier. I'm not staying in this hall another day. Come with me rather than rot here. These people don't know anything. They've only seen you killing when you kill nastily, Geralt. Well, are you coming?
Crazy murderer. Freak.
Enough, bloody hell. Enough of that. Is this how your lesser evil looks? Is this what you believed necessary?
Yes.
Is your wound serious?
No.
In that case, get out of here.
Yes.
Geralt, don't come back. Never come back.